So since it's a staged reading, there's probably a few things you should know about staged readings. By being a staged reading means they'll move around on the stage, but they'll be carrying their scripts in their hands. So they haven't memorized all the lines. Because we've only had one day of rehearsal, there will be mistakes. That's the way it goes. We don't have any lavish set. You just have to imagine the set. You have to imagine the lighting. We do some costumes. We try to do enough costume to indicate character. We have most of the actors here will play more than one character. When they change costumes, that means they're changing characters. They're in a different character. What's important for you is to have what we call a willing suspension of disbelief. You have to be willing to go with it. And I think if you're willing to go and not really mind that they're carrying around scripts, and not really mind that there isn't a huge set, that you have to imagine the set, if you're willing to take that little bit of a step, I think you can enjoy this as you would a full performance. At least that's my hope. So I guess without further ado, I give you soft targets.
Can you help me out, pal? Thanks. Have yourself a nice day.
So, the Paveway 5 low-cost infrared seeker will be a marked improvement in cost per kill in the interdiction role. Low production cost, high accuracy, combined with the launch and leave capability, will make the expected cost per kill against an armoured column $9,985 per armoured vehicle. This, of course, assumes a 5% aircraft loss rate, which Tactical Air Command believes is high, given the delivery technique.
What about soft targets?
The
Statement
effectiveness
of
studies
operational
indicate that there will
capability
be
and
secondary
statement of
spawning
operational
effects
need
that
did
should
not
be
state
highly
any
effective
design
against any
effectiveness against soft
soft targets
targets.
that are in the immediate
TSC
area.
believes that if you can
We don't have any
interdict
hard
the armoured
numbers
vehicles,
on
soft
secondary
target
spawning effects
concentrations
against
are
soft
easily
targets,
defeated with
but it would be
a variety
relatively
of weapons
easy to
from
modify our
existing
models to
inventory.
produce that information.
I don't care about collateral damage. I know that if I blow up a tank and somebody's standing next to it, they're going to be in a whole world of hurt. I want to know what happens if there are only soft targets around.
Sir,
We haven't
prepared
considered
any charts
soft
on
target
soft target
infrared
effectiveness, nor
signatures,
do I
either
believe that
singularly
it plays
or in
any
groups
significant
in the seeker
part in the
algorithm
overall
at any
cost
point in the
effectiveness
development
calculations.
process.
Maybe I can help.
Who are you?
I run the countermeasures team here at BA Labs. Seeker isn't going to fire at a person or even a bunch of people. The heat signature for soft targets, it's all wrong.
You mean it'll only fire at tanks?
Or other armoured vehicles. Most trucks or cars. Anything that has a heat signature that's similar to people.
Such as?
Manure.
Manure?
Most fresh animal manure has a heat signature that's remarkably similar to a running tank.
You're saying that this seeker missile will kill chicken shit?
Probably not chicken shit, actually. Chicken shit's got quite a different heat signature, but fresh cow shit or camel shit, or even fresh human shit, it would tend to fire on those, I reckon.
So, it's going to attack latrines?
Yeah, if they're open trench and have fresh deposits in them.
I like you. Bob Parsons is lucky to have a guy like you working for him.
Mr. Parsons is a few steps above me, but
Not for long. I can tell you, you're going to go places.
thank you.
Due to economic conditions, we're forced to implement a reduction in our workforce. Implement a reduction in our workforce. Reduction in our workforce. Workforce. Terminated. 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 Economic conditions forced to inform you that you are one of the individuals affected. We're very appreciative of your efforts on BA's behalf, and we wish you well during this difficult time. We regret to inform your employment with BA Labs is terminated. We're very appreciative of your efforts on BA's behalf, and we wish you well during this difficult time. Well during this difficult time. Due to economic implementation reduction workforce, we regret inform individuals effective today. Employment, difficult time. Effective today, we wish you well. Now, please be advised that BA Labs considers all customer lists, prospect lists, price lists, confidential and proprietary information, and that BA Labs will enforce all rights to maintain that confidentiality to the full extent of the law. BA considers all confidential and proprietary information to the full extent of the law. Again, thank you very much for your efforts. On behalf of BA Labs, we're very sorry that this action has to be taken, and we wish you luck in your future endeavors. Your efforts on behalf of, very sorry this action taken, future endeavors. Very much. Good.
Can you help me out with a quarter?
Laid off.
Have a seat, brother. That's rough. You got an extra quarter? Dime? Anything? Can you help me out? A quarter? Anything? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shit!
I don't have a job no more.
You got a buck!
Why me? Why did they pick me?
At least you had a job!
You're home early. What's wrong?
Unemployment insurance provides unemployment. Temporary. Through no fault of their own. Workers in the following categories not eligible: certain religious organisations, trainees, non-profit or public, commission basis only, consultants, elected officials, members of the legislative body, or of the judiciary. Eligible. Benefits by formula. Take 2 calendar quarters, highest wages, divide by 2. Maximum weekly benefit amount. Total amount of benefits, 30 times or 36%, whichever is less. Length can vary up to 30 weeks. Pensions are deductible if entitlement computed benefited base year solely by file a claim being available for actively seeking full-time work. Trade adjustment assistance. Assistance is available. Available. Lose their jobs. Lose. 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 Result of increased Trade Act of 1974. Amended. Amended. Adversely affected. Adversely affected. Variety of benefits, services. Help. 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 Weekly trade readjustment allowances. Allowances. Exhaustion of benefits.
Hi, come in. Hi. Well, perhaps you could give me an example of what you did at BA Labs.
I would try to figure out ways that to defeat the weapon systems that were being designed. For example, if a weapon was using an infrared sensor, I would look for ways I could change the infrared signature of a tank. Or I would look at things that had a similar signature to the tank so that I could fool the sensor.
Joe, we make lawnmowers.
I know that. I guess it's sort of like when you make lawnmowers, and you must have someone who's in charge of sort of things when they go wrong. You know, I mean, if there was a big stick or something, you know, if this like big stick infiltrated and got inside the lawnmower, and someone who looks.
No.
I guess the point is that you have to be a pretty damn good engineer to be able to assess the weaknesses of a design. You really have to understand the design choices that you make when you're working in that area.
Yeah. How many people did you have working?
Oh well, the team I was working for, we had 5 engineers, we had 2 systems analysts, and obviously we had a support system around that was assigned to it.
Yeah.
They didn't actually report to me, but we were a fully matrixed organisation, so that wasn't necessary. I had input into their reviews, of course.
But they didn't actually report to you.
No.
Everybody has a mania. Everybody has a
Perhaps you
mania.
can tell me what sort of role you see for yourself here. What
Oh,
sort
well,
of role?
I think there's a variety of things that I could do that would add a lot of value. I have a lot of experience in sort of project management, engineering methods. You know, I think I could function as a kind of internal consultant.
Mania, mania, mania.
Of course, you know, I would prefer to work in a line position, perhaps in design or even quality.
Mania, mania,
I'm sure I could even provide a new perspective to the whole work that you do here.
mania, mania, mania.
I started off in quality. As a quality engineer.
I think my experience would make quality a really good fit for me. In today's market, quality is becoming more and more important, and I think we've learned a lot from the Japanese recently.
I hated quality.
It's not for everyone.
Well, I've enjoyed talking with you. No doubt we'll be in touch. Sure.
Everybody has a mania. To do the polka from Pennsylvania. Everybody has a mania. To do the polka from Pennsylvania.
Once upon a time, there was a small village. Now, it was a new village, and the villagers were having a pretty tough time making a go of it. But luckily, they had many natural resources, and they worked very hard. They all pitched in, and they believed in
And in
themselves.
their spare time, they did woodworking and made many wonderful things.
The farmers grew beautiful vegetables.
And lovely fat sheep.
Everyone had enough to eat.
Although not everyone had their own power tools.
Everyone shopped at the local hardware store, which was run by Dave, and they bought their food at the local market, which was run by Judy.
It was called Judy's Market.
And when someone needed a couple of screws or nuts or nails, they'd go to Dave's hardware store, and Dave would sell them what they needed. And sometimes when someone in the town saved up some extra cash, they would go to Dave's hardware store and buy a power tool of their very own. Ned was the local banker.
And when all the farmers had bumper crops and repaid all the loans that Ned had given them, Ned bought a reversible drill.
He almost bought his belt sander at the same time, but Ned knew that he would be overextended if he did, so he didn't.
Time went on, and the village continued to prosper.
Judy's market was filled with all sorts of food.
Not all sorts, she only carried 2 different flavours of Pop-Tarts because it was still only a village after all.
But Dave sold more power tools, and everyone started to feel just a little bit self-assured.
And Ned bought that belt sander he'd been thinking about.
The big national hardware store chain quickly got wind of how many power tools Dave was selling in his hardware store.
So they built this great big home center on the edge of town by the interstate. At first, everyone in town still shopped at Dave's hardware store.
But before long, word got around you could get power tools cheaper at the home centre.
And you could, because not only did the home centre have volume, they were willing to cut prices to get business.
And they did. Pretty soon, the people in the village only went to Dave when they needed a couple of screws or a nut or a couple of nails. At the home centre, they would have to buy a pack of 40 nuts, but Dave would sell them just 2 or 3 if that was all they needed. And they always bought their power tools at the home centre because it was cheaper. Well, you can't make a living selling 2 nuts here and 5 nails there and never ever selling any power tools. So Dave had to close up his store.
But he did get a job at the home center.
And that was okay with Dave because a new supermarket had opened up right next to the home centre, and they had all the different flavours of Pop-Tarts, including brown sugar cinnamons with frosting, which was his favourite, which Judy never carried in her market.
It wasn't long before Judy went out of business and had to go work in the supermarket in the produce section. And people stopped waiting until they had made extra money before they bought power tools.
Because the home center gave them credit, all the credit they wanted. Soon there wasn't anyone in the village who didn't own a lathe or a table saw, or at least their own reversible drill.
Came a year when the harvest wasn't very good, and the farmers couldn't make the payments on their power tools. And they couldn't sell them because there wasn't anyone who didn't have them.
But that was okay because the national chain offered to buy their farms so they could pay for the power tools.
The farmers didn't want to sell their farms, but they didn't have much choice.
Soon the national chain that owned the home center and the supermarket owned the whole town and everyone who worked for them.
But everyone owned power tools.
No one did any woodworking anymore.
Your resume is very impressive. I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Who won the 1965 Nobel Prize for Physics?
Feynman. Richard P. Feynman.
65. Was that Feynman?
And
And
3 physicists were awarded the prize that year for their simultaneous discoveries in quantum electrodynamics.
look, I'm an engineer. I think I've got a lot to offer. My experience is pretty diverse, and I've got some really, I think I can bring some really interesting perspectives to the whole engineering process.
Julian Schwinger and Shinichiro Tamanaga.
Of course.
The award was presented by Ivar Wolarin on December 10th, 1965. Unfortunately, there's absolutely no way I could hire someone who didn't know that. Thank you for your time.
Well, we've got a lovely parting gift for our contestant that didn't get a job today. This high-quality tape with all your favorite polkas. So tell me, Joe, is there anything you'd like to tell our studio audience about how it feels after another crushing defeat in search for a job? My Mommy said you'd tell me about the facts of life.
She did?
Yeah, she's gone to work.
Okay. Facts of life. You work hard all your life because that's what you're supposed to do. You give them everything you've got, and you only get 5%. But that doesn't really matter, because you believe in what you're doing. And then one day, peace breaks out, all over, and profits are down, and the board needs to make the stock price go up, and then they lay you off. And it's sorry, thanks for everything. Everything you know is useless. And it's back to the bottom, because the mortgage didn't go away. And you can't even understand what the word fair might mean. But that's the way it goes sometimes, all the time. And there's not a thing you can do about it.
But where do babies come from?
What?
Well, Billy says babies come from the stork, and Lisa says they come from the hospital.
Babies come from love. When a man and a woman love each other very much, that love grows into a baby in the woman's stomach. And when it's time, the woman goes to the hospital, and the doctor helps to bring the baby out. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Credo Elvis, ipsum etiam vivere.
What?
Elvis, ipsum etiam vivere.
I think I lost log.
Elvis is still alive.
Latin.
Yes.
I like to conduct interviews in Latin sometimes.
I don't speak Latin,
You can answer in English.
but I don't even know what you asked.
Does that really make a difference?
I don't think so.
The king, you idiot! Is he alive? What do you think?
Just answer. I can't help you any more than that.
Elvis is dead.
Nulla Mondo.
Loser, 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 loser.
Help me out, buddy? Some spare change? You gotta do better than that. Stemming is work, buddy. Look at you. You don't even got a cup. Spare change? Help me out with a quarter? A dime? Shit! You don't even get a pitch and you gets it. You don't even got a cup. People don't want to touch us, so you gotta have a cup. They think they'll catch something, they touch us. But a cup, you just drop it right in the old cup. No touch, no contact. People like that. But you don't even got a cup. Spare a quarter so I can get something to eat? Shit! What am I? You don't even have one lousy quarter for me? This is my place. You come here in my home and you don't even have a cup. And you don't even know nothing about stemming. You don't even talk and you get quarters and you get bills. Shit! You gotta get out of my home. Oh, man. Don't go. I didn't mean nothing. We'll take this. We'll get some wine. We'll have us a little party. I'll teach you all about stemming.
Hi.
Hi.
How do the interviews go?
They love me.
You've been drinking.
Little. My friend.
You stink.
Sorry.
You were supposed to pick Julie up from daycare.
Shh. Where are the keys?
They called me at the office and I picked her up.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? Sorry? No, you're not sorry. Pitiful, maybe. A poor excuse for a father, certainly.
I don't know what happened.
You got drunk and left your daughter at daycare. You got drunk in the middle of the day. I don't care how unemployed you are and how sorry you feel for yourself. You still have a family here.
I'm really sorry.
And even if you don't care about yourself, we care about you.
I'm sorry. Really, really sorry.
Don't give me that sorry crap. Give me I found a job.
It's not so goddamn easy out there.
Nobody's hunting you down to offer you the perfect job.
Give me a break.
Was that what this afternoon was? A break? You spent the afternoon in the bar because you needed a break from looking for a job.
I didn't spend the afternoon in the bar.
Don't lie to me, Joe.
We were in an alley, a stinking alley, with cats and rats and litter.
I'm so happy to know that you weren't wasting your time in the bar.
You don't know what it's like out there. There aren't a lot of jobs, you know.
No? What's this? Undertaking several long-term and short-term technical assistance and project implementation activities, and is currently recruiting the following experienced personnel: geologist, demographer, human epidemiologist, cartography specialist, institutional management consultant.
Alert, aggressive people to train for management position in dry clean chain.
River navigation specialist, inland fisheries specialist, power planner, optimization specialist.
The world's leader in teaching social dancing needs instructors, full and part-time, $8 to $15 an hour, excellent career opportunities. Complete training provided.
Suitably qualified and experienced professionals in these and associated disciplines. Associated disciplines submit on an urgent basis.
Growing firm seeks enthusiastic computer skills preferred.
Challenging opportunity. Central planning, funding, coordinating organisations.
Answer phones, data entry, and very, 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 very busy.
Attractive salary and benefits package, immediate consideration, resume, salary, history, division of personnel.
Part-time cook, breakfast experience wanted, experience.
Management change, part of every manager's role, fundamental shifts, direction, motivation, behaviour, organisational shape and culture. Extremely, extremely rewarding professionally and financially. Tax paid, salary plus expatriate benefits. Benefits!
Which is more important, Young's Modulus or Rockwell Hardness?
Do you favor just-in-time or MRP?
In what film did Anne Margaret co-star with Elvis?
Depends on the context of the situation. Give me an example. Follow that dream.
Cash flow.
Viva Las Vegas.
Mower Blades.
What? What did you say?
Which was Elvis's best movie in terms of cinematography?
If you could make the blade guard any colour you wanted, what colour would you make it and why?
Summarize Feynman's contribution to quantum electrodynamics.
I just want a goddamn job.
A mower blade kicks up a rock and it enters the mower operator below the thorax.
Love Me Tender, King Creole, Fun in Acapulco, and Spin Out.
Quantum manufacturing control systems of a particularly spectacular nature.
Look, I'm good. I really am. I'm good. You've got to believe me, I'm really good.
They made you an offer.
Strike up the music, the band has begun.
It went well. Right.
It's bound to entertain you.
How are the benefits? What's wrong? What happened? Tell me what happened, Joe. Joe, I'm here for you. Whatever happened, there's other jobs, Joe. It's not that important. Don't let it get to you. Please, just talk to me, Joe. Please, Joe.
never going to get a job.
Yes, you have. Yes, you will. You have a lot to offer.
Everybody has mania.
There isn't a company out there that wouldn't gain from your experience. You just need to find someone with a little bit of vision.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think I want to be an engineer anymore.
Then don't be an engineer. There's lots of non-engineering jobs out there. There's lots of things you can do.
Maybe. Maybe so. You see, it's all about marketing. You have to put yourself in their place and try to see how they see things.
I've been there.
Of course you have. But you need to think about how they see you. Yeah. How they see stemming.
Just stemming.
Sure it is. To you. To them it's begging. And it is more than that. It's a reminder of all the problems of modern society. It's a reminder of whatever guilt they've got lying around about almost anything.
Just stemming, man.
Look, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you do better. Help you get more money. Be more efficient in your spending.
Shit.
Look, man. Look. Do your thing on this lady.
Can you help me out? Spare a quarter? A dime?
You saw that. She didn't even look at you.
A lot of people don't look at us.
Right, and why not? Guilt. They don't want to see us. You can use that. You can use that guilt when it comes to being a more effective stemmer.
Shit.
Okay, let me help you.
What do you know? Where did you sleep last night?
Watch this. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Could you help me? Could you spare some change? I need something to eat, you know. I'm looking for a job at the moment. I was wondering if you could spare some...
Oh yeah, you some hero stemmer. You getting big bills and coins all over with that bit.
Okay, nothing's going to work all the time. Look, we'll have a contest. One-on-one. We both go at everyone who walks down this street and see who ends up with the most money.
This ain't no game, shit! You think I stem because I like to? Shit, who the hell do you think you are?
Okay, just the next 10 people.
Help me out with a quarter, buddy?
Excuse me? Could you please, excuse me?
Oh yeah, you some hero stemmer. Help me out with a quarter?
Excuse me? I was wondering if you'd help me. I'm looking...
Thank you, thank you.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Shit, man! You got it bad!
Damn you! God damn you!
It ain't me you got the problem with. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We all get it sometimes. It'll be okay.
Second interview.
Relevant experience.
Skill set.
Knowledge base.
Family. House. Home.
Of course.
Judy. You, me, us.
Yeah. Yeah.
skill set.
Resume.
You.
Resume. Cover letter. Resume.
Bullshit.
Countermeasure engineer.
Father. Husband.
Weapon systems analyst.
Brilliant analyst. Manager. Visionary. Process insight.
Thank you, but
Future. Build.
history.
You.
Us?
Of course.
Hard.
Us.
Can you help me out, pal? Excuse me. Can you help?
Joe.
Thanks. Have yourself a nice day.
Oh, Joe.
Joe,
Can you help me out?
Joe.
Joe.
This
Oh,
isn't
Christ.
you, Joe.
Who are you?
See, the band has begun.
Who are you?
The Pennsylvania polka.
No, I hate that song.
Joe.
Joe.
But it's your song.
Don't you know any other songs? I mean, yeah, go ahead and sing. It's not the Pennsylvania polka.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
It's your choice. It's your song.
What do you want to sing?
We'll sing whatever you want.
You're the singer, Joe. We're just backup.
No singer.
Joe. Joe.
It's a modest babe.
I'm just an engineer.
Joe.
You're too funny, babe.
Joe.
I am an engineer.
Sure, you used to work as an engineer.
And maybe you will again.
If you want to.
Like we said, sing any song you want.
We're just backup.
Joe.
Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel. We've got the blues on the run. Sing boom tarara. Sing out a song of good cheer. Now's the time to roll the barrel, 'cause the gang's all here.
There's a burlesque theatre where the gang likes to go to see Queenie the cutie of the burlesque show. And the thrill of the evening is when out Queenie skips and the band plays the polka while she strips. Take it off, cries a voice from the rear. Take it off, till it's all you can hear. But she's always a lady, even in pantomime. She stops, and always just in time.
Oh, I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. I get dizzy. I get number when I'm dancing with my jumbo. I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me.
Don't you guys sing anything else other than polkas?
Joe, you're just a polka kind of guy.
Go with it,
Nothing
Joe.
wrong with being a polka kind of guy.
Okay. I'm a polka kind of guy.
That's it.
Sing any polka you want.
Don't let anybody stop you.
You're
a polka kind of guy.
I'm a polka kind of guy.
Yes.
You have a very impressive resume. It's not what we usually see or expect in a teacher, but I like to think we're very broad-minded here.
Look, I'm a polka kind of guy.
And that's important to us.
I can sing any polka I want. Any polka you want. And that's what you really want in an employee, isn't it?
Roll out the barrel.
We'll have a barrel of fun.
Roll out the barrel.
We've got Blues on the run.
Now's the time to roll out the barrel.
It's the gang. It's all here.
Now, we can't give you the compensation you used to. Teachers don't make the same sort of money that engineers do.
It started in Scranton. It's now #1. It's bound to entertain you.
But I'm sure that you will like it.
Everybody has a mania to do the polka from Pennsylvania.
Tell me a story, Dad.
Sure. Once upon a time, there was a hummingbird named Ralph. Ralph was a lot like the other hummingbirds. He liked to fly around, flitting from flower to flower, drinking some nectar here, drinking a little nectar there, flying backwards, hovering, just doing regular hummingbird things. That wasn't all Ralph liked to do. Ralph watched the woodpeckers and decided that he'd like to do a little woodworking too. Ralph's beak was made for drinking nectar, not for pounding holes into trees. That didn't stop Ralph. He watched the woodpeckers and drank the water with them, and they told him the secrets of woodworking. They told him about the grains of wood. They told him about the way the sap runs in the spring, and where the best grubs live. Ralph didn't care much about the grubs. Being a hummingbird, he lived on nectar, but he listened. He listened and he learned a lot about woodworking. Ralph wanted very desperately to do some woodworking of his very own. The more he learned, the more he hung around the woodpeckers, the more he wanted to do his own woodworking. He didn't want to make a home like the woodpeckers did, or even find grubs to eat like them. Ralph wanted to make designs, beautiful, sacred hummingbird designs in the trees. Ralph thought and thought and thought, and then an idea came to him. He knew he couldn't pound his beak into the trees like the woodpeckers did, but he thought that if he tapped his beak very, very gently, but very quickly, into the tree, he might get somewhere. But you know what? He did, because hummingbirds can move very, very quickly. Ralph could make his beak work like a little power tool, and with this little power tool beak, he could make beautiful, sacred hummingbird designs in the trees. And he did. One day, when the big spring hovering contest was held, Ralph didn't go. The other hummingbirds would say, "Hey, Ralph, you going to the big spring hovering contest? I hear that Jacobson from down south is going to be there. I hear she can hover like nobody's business." But Ralph was too busy carving his designs into the trees of the forest. When the forest was over, the other hummingbirds made fun of Ralph. They said, "Hey, Ralph, what do you think you are? A woodpecker?" Ah. And then, one day, a great horrible storm came. It turned the sky black in the middle of the day. The storm wreaked havoc, destroying everything in its path. The hummingbirds were terrified. They didn't know what to do. The storm was coming straight for their forest and their meadow, straight for their homes. The storm drew nearer and nearer, and the hummingbirds got more and more scared. Except Ralph. Ralph wasn't scared at all. You know what happened? The storm came and tore up the trees, and ripped up all the chunks of the meadow, and made everything topsy-turvy. When it was over, the hummingbirds looked around, and they noticed something. All the trees that were left standing had Ralph's designs on them. His sacred hummingbird designs had saved the trees. You sleep easy, sweetheart. Your daddy's a polka kind of guy.